Hey guys, it is CDTVthaG here. The G does not stand for ginger. Don't bully me, okay? I'm not ginger. If you recognize me, it's because I have another YouTube channel called CDTV Productions, and I decided to start up this reaction channel, so you guys can see my first reactions to certain albums and singles, and see how my opinions change when I come around to doing an actual review of the songs. And today, we're gonna be reacting to Xxxtentacion's ? album. Now, just in case you guys are not familiar with my other channel, CDTV Productions, I'm not a huge fan of X. I really haven't liked most of the stuff I heard from him. I didn't like 17 that much. 17 was like a 3 or 4 out of 10. So I'm hoping this one is good. I really liked one of the singles from this album. So with that being said, guys, let's just get straight into this. Obviously, I'm not sure if this is the best setup, if everything's set up correctly. This is my first ever time recording a reaction video, so please don't flame me in the comments for this, okay? I'm excited to see how this one will sound, because I really want to hear a good album from X. I want to like his music, so I'm hoping that this is a good album. So let's get straight into it. Starting off with track 1, Introduction, brackets, Instructions. I'm hoping this isn't a preachy, pandering intro like the one on 17.
To let my energy and mind be felt, and to acquire a large amount of passion and love and appreciation for myself was the goal of this album. Loyalty.
It's a nice goal. Nice goal.
Before you listen to this album, open your mind.
I hate that shit. I get it. He's telling you his music might be something a little different, so be open-minded before you get into it. But it's such a like kind of pandering way to open up your album. You don't need to tell us that everything that's coming is going to be different. I didn't like that on 17. I don't like it here. Just let us figure out what we want to feel about the music. Don't tell us what we should feel about the music. But let's continue. Let's continue.
This album is far different, far more versatile, far more uplifting than the last.
Stop explaining to us what your album is, please. I did not like that at all. Obviously, it's just the introduction track, so it's not indicative of the music that's going to come after it. I'm not judging the album too heavily off that intro, just letting you guys know I don't like it. So all the tracks, I mean, most of these are shorter than 3 minutes, so even if I don't like this should be a relatively painless listen. But with that being said, guys, let's get into the next track, Alone, Part 3, the first piece of music on here. Okay, it's got an acoustic instrumental, which I wasn't a huge fan of on 17. Thought it sounded a bit kind of cheap. Okay, it's hitting the notes. Okay, I take it back. The beat is nice, very atmospheric. This isn't bad at all. Not bad. Oh, he was hitting the Post Malone goat vocals there. Okay, that was a decent start to the album. It does sound like something that could have just came off of 17. It's not too different to the music that was found on there. One of the main differences is I actually kind of enjoyed that song. It was okay. It wasn't something amazing. It was alright though. It was alright. The lyrics weren't really anything too complex, really. I mean, looking at the lyrics here, they do look a little bit, you know, like that kind of where they're trying to sound deep, but they're not actually really saying anything, which is an issue I have with a lot of X songs. But it sounded nice. It did sound nice. The beat was quite nice. I liked when it got a bit more atmospheric. There was more layers added in. Alright, next track, track number 3, we have Moonlight. Get it. It's a wavy beat. I swear I've heard this type of singing from him before. It might have been on another track on 17, but you know where he goes like, Moonlight. I swear I've heard that exact kind of note being hit from him before. I don't know if he's... It feels like sometimes there's only certain types of ways X can sing. You know, he always seems to do that kind of moody, mumbled singing. And I swear I've heard something that sounds exactly like this before from him. But let's continue. That's one of my complaints so far, but let's keep going. Okay. Okay, I take back what I said about him using the exact same singing over and over. I don't think I've ever heard him sing like he just did on that verse there. And I like that. That sounded really nice. This is intriguing me so far. And it's back to that mumbled singing. Just does nothing for me. Decent enough song. I like the verse on there. I like the verse. I think the problem I'm gonna have with a lot of these songs though is that they're so short. They feel a little bit inconsequential, you know? It's like they just kind of breeze by. I mean, so far we've had 2 songs with just 1 verse. So I hope that doesn't continue throughout the whole thing. But yeah, Moonlight was not bad. I could definitely see myself listening to that one again. Now we move on to Sad, which is the single from this album that I absolutely loved. I really like this single. And I didn't know, when I first heard this, I was hungover as fuck when I first listened to this song. So I didn't know if it was just because I was completely in a different mind state that I enjoyed it. But then I listened to it when I was fully sober again, and I still enjoyed it, and I was like, whoa, I actually like an Xxxtentacion song. So, don't know, I'm gonna listen to it again just to keep the kind of flow of the album, listen to it how it was intended to be listened to. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to it, but there won't be much of a reaction to this one, just know that I really like it. The lyrics are very generic on this one, they're incredibly standard and could apply to almost anyone, but the way that they're delivered is really nice in this song in my opinion. Try to let go. I'm sad, no, yeah, I'm sad, no. Sorry, getting in my feelings. I'm lost and I'm fine, but it's torture being in love. It's just so catchy. It's so catchy. No wonder this is one of his biggest songs. I can definitely see why. Great song. Great song. And now we're moving into the, that's just one of the cringier titles on this thing, isn't it? The Remedy for a Broken Heart, brackets, Why Am I So In Love? Oh, what a cute little title. Got some acoustics and some singing that sounds like it could be straight out of 17 again. Oh. It's a nice flow on that, nice flow. What the fuck happened? Did he just fall asleep in the middle of that verse? Okay, I get it. I get it. A little bit of weed with a little bit of cash, with a little bit of this, with a little bit of that. I get it. The goat vocals again. That was tough. Well, we reached the first incredibly boring song on the album, The Remedy for a Broken Heart / Why Am I So In Love. That was just not fun to sit through at all. He had a nice flow on the verse. I will give him that. He had a very nice flow on the verse. It flowed really smoothly. We've heard him over this type of beat before. We've heard that type of singing from him before. It's the same kind of moody, quote-unquote sad songs that were found on 17. That was just a bad song in my opinion. Well, let's move on to the next song. Hopefully this can bring the energy up. We've got Floor 555. Okay, we got Distortion, which I'm not a fan of. Oh my god, he sounds like 6ix9ine on this. That's like the 6ix9ine delivery. Put that boy in a coffin! Oh god. We got some certified trash, boy. Yeah, I didn't really like that song at all. Never really been a fan of X's old, distorted style. I just think, what's the point if you can't hear what he's saying? He really went into some Tekashi 6ix9ine type shouting on there, which was more funny than anything. But yet again, it was so short that it felt like nothing. It was 1 minute 33 seconds long. But here we go. Next track, we got Numb. So this is one of the longest songs on the album, not the longest, but let's get into this. Numb. I'm just struggling to understand what he's really going for with this song. I need to wrap up, man. This shit's about to send me to sleep. There we go. I am now wrapped up just in case this album sends me to sleep. Because if we have any more tracks like this, it's certainly going to. Yet again, another thing that sounds like it could have just been a bonus track on 17. Genuinely, why did that have to be one of the longest tracks on the album? It still only has one verse. That was boring. That was boring. When he's doing this really kind of sad mumble singing over these acoustic beats, it doesn't sound good. Doesn't do anything for me. The hook sounded kind of nice on there, but not feeling that one either. So let's go to the next one. Infinity 888 featuring Joey Bada. So I'm sure most of you guys have heard that they have a collaboration tape coming. So I'm interested to see if this is kind of an indication of what the music is going to sound like in that collaboration tape, because I'm not really sure how those two styles would gel. So this is going to be intriguing. Excuse me? Sometimes you just got to catch chlamydia. G shit. What? I know my name's CDTVthaG on this, but I'm not catching no chlamydia to be a G, thank you very much. There we go. I love Joey Bada, so perfect beat for Joey's style as well. It's got that loose 90s vibe. Nice. Oh fuck me. I like this. I fuck with this. Hook's okay. It's okay. I like that they're working together on the hook though, that's nice. I want to hear X over more beats like this. This X and Joey Badass collab tape. This could be good. This could be good. I like that. X was hitting some nice flows on there. It was over this more old school style beat, which was very suited to Joey Badass's style. You know, it's got a bit of a 90s flavor to it. I'm quite excited if that's an indication of what's going to be heard on their tape, because I would rather hear X rap over Joey Badass style beats than I would hear Joey Badass rap over Xxtentacion style beats. I'm feeling that. The only part I didn't like so much was the hook and the intro about catching all the diseases so the world don't have no more diseases. Huh? Next up, we have Going Down! Exclamation mark, which is just under 2 minutes long, so hopefully this won't feel like another inconsequential track, but let's see. Okay. Got a dark... Okay. We getting a banger from X. What? Man, those vocals! Going down! Fucking hell, what are you doing, X? Can I just explain something? So all the up and coming rappers out there, anyone who wants to make rap into a career, shit metaphors, shit similes, they're always corny. They're never good. I am the shit, need a diaper, If you want to be a rapper, never ever say something like that, okay? Never use a shit metaphor. They can never be good. Another thing I want to mention, this sounds... I can just hear Ski Mask on this, you know, with the delivery. She ride my dick like a biker, huh? That just sounds exactly like Ski Mask. Not too sure about it. Even the ad-libs sound like Ski. Now let's just listen to the instrumental for the last 10 seconds. The best part of the beat. The best part of the song, sorry. Pretty much all I have to say is what I just said. But I did like, the beat was really nice with those kind of dark, high-pitched pianos with the synth line and the bass. It was really nice. I like the beat. But the beat didn't go to a good use in my opinion. So we're at the halfway point of this album. I'm not really sure how I feel about it so far. I mean, there's not too many tracks I would revisit at this point, but we still have the second half to go. So next up we have Pain equals Best Friend. Nice little edgy title again. Featuring Travis Barker. More acoustic instrumentals. Fuck my life. And more mumbled singing. Jesus. Where the fuck did that come from? There's Travis Barker going hard on the drums. Yeah. Another song that I didn't like at all. Incredibly short. Incredibly pointless. Not really saying anything. There's not a single track on this album so far that I would consider as deep. There's nothing here I would call deep. He's very clearly a depressed guy. Like, I'm not saying he's fake depressed. Not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that through his music, he portrays his thoughts and feelings in the most simplistic ways. There's nothing really different being said. I mean, he literally just screamed, "Pain is my best friend," for the hook there, which is one of the most generic statements about being sad you could ever give, and that's my problem with a lot of his sad songs. They're so generic lyrically. Next we have $3 featuring Matt Ox, which is a very interesting feature. Very weird collaboration. Somewhat interested to see how it sounds though. Let's go. He's not bad for his age. I don't want to like this, but I do. Okay, Matt. Your gang. You're like 12. What the fuck are you talking about, your gang? The pre-chorus is better than the chorus here. That wasn't bad. Nothing new lyrically from X there, which is a shame. I genuinely think he's not a very lyrical artist. In my humble opinion, you're allowed to disagree. Matt Ox isn't terrible here though, which I'm surprised by. Okay, interesting track. Don't know if I'd come back to it. Matt Ox was not bad on this song. X, he didn't say anything different. He used kind of flows we've heard from him before. So yeah, X wasn't great on here. Matt Ox was better than I expected, so that's something. Next up we have Love Yourself Interlude. As it's an interlude, it's going to be shorter than the rest of the very short songs in this album. So we got 48 seconds. Let's get into this. Love Yourself Interlude. Okay, that's a nice beat. Okay. So far, he's not living up to what he said at the start of the album about this being a lot more versatile than the last one. Right now, it's pretty samey towards 17. There is a bit more versatility so far, but not a lot. Next up, we have Smash, featuring PnB Rock. So, interested to see how this one sounds. Let's get into it. Now he's doing the same style of singing, but it's just auto-tuned. It's not a bad hook, though. Not a bad hook. PnB. Okay, verse. Don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it was whatever. It was whatever. It's a forgettable song. Next, we have one of the worst titled tracks on the album. We have I Don't Even Speak Spanish. LOL. Featuring Rio Santana. This seems like another attempt at a radio hit on here. Getting those Despacito vibes, you know what I'm saying? His vocals are nice. It does sound kind of nice. It does sound kind of nice. It's just definitely got a bit of a poppy vibe. Yeah. He's got 4 more tracks to save this for me. I mean, it was catchy. It was catchy. X, yet again, didn't exactly sound versatile on this. The only thing that was different was the beat. That's the problem. The beats are... A lot of the beats here are different. A lot of the beats are versatile, I guess you could say. But X himself isn't necessarily being versatile when he's throwing the same flows, the same vocal delivery over these beats. That's what I think. But next track, we have Changes, which I did hear. I didn't like this one as much as Sad, because this was released before the album. Because I felt like this just felt like this whole song just felt like one massive hook. And I wasn't really a fan of it. But let's listen to it again. I've only listened to it once or twice, so let's go through it again. This one, of course, again features PnB Rock. The beat is definitely very memorable. Just very, like, simple piano chords. It will stick in your head easily. See, that's the thing, the vocals are very nice on this. My issue is that it just feels like one big chorus. I did enjoy this time around more than my first listen. I don't know if it's because I haven't enjoyed a lot of tracks on this project so far, but I actually quite like that. I enjoyed that song. Not bad. Next up we have Hope, which I believe is the song he dedicated to the Parkland shooting victims, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I mean, here's what X said about it on Instagram. He said, "Although not all the words are relevant to the situation, I chose what I felt was relative and uplifting instead of graphic and real." And I understand, I definitely understand what he's saying there, but if this song is dedicated to them, why aren't all the words relevant to the situation? It comes off as really insincere in a way to me. I really don't like that. But nonetheless, I don't think I've actually listened to the song, so let's get into it. It's a very nice sentiment, but I don't think it's executed right. I would understand if every lyric was about them. Vocals are very nice here. So that is actually, it's a nice sounding song. I do kind of like it, but like I said at the start, really not sure how I feel about it being dedicated to the Parkland shooting victims when not all of the lyrics really relate to the subject. I think it's not the right way to go about it, in my opinion. If you're making a song dedicated to them, I don't know, man. It's a sensitive subject, and I just don't want to touch on that anymore. So we're going to go to the next track, Schizophrenia. Second to last track on this album. Very weird beat. I like it. I was kind of liking those whispered vocals. It's very suitable for the title of the song, Schizophrenia. I like that. I like that. Does this sound like some 2005 rock shit? Where's the shouting? I know it's coming. There it is. Okay. Not giving up. I'm trying to get through this album. I'm not giving up. Really could have done with that message at the start of the album. You know, just someone screaming at me, don't give up. Another very short, very kind of pointless song. I did like the intro where he was like whispering and then shouting a little bit. It very much fit the title of the song, Schizophrenia. Then the verse was weird. The hook was just shouting, whatever. Last track, okay, we're almost done with this. We're on Before I Close My Eyes. Okay, we're going with a very light, kind of breezy acoustic outro. I really like this. I like the kind of vibe this has. The vocals fit this really well. Nice outro. Nice outro. It's sounding nice. Really relaxing. Really relaxing. And that's it. We're finished. I think that outro track was really fittingly placed after Schizophrenia. You know, Schizophrenia was like, it was getting you all like, it was going crazy. It was getting you a little bit scared. But then Before I Close My Eyes is like the come down from that. It's really relaxing. So I do like the placement of those last two songs. Overall, how do I feel about this album? Now, keep in mind, when I do a review of this later on my CDTV Productions channel, I will have listened to this a few more times, and my opinion could have completely changed on it. This isn't going to be my final opinion, it's just my first reaction. First reaction, this wasn't too much better than 17. And it wasn't really that different to 17. I mean, we basically promised us at the start of the album, this is way more versatile than the last album, and there is a bigger variety of sounds on this album than there was on 17. My problem is they feel like they're just thrown together. I mean, one of the top comments on this last song, I was looking at the lyrics while I was listening to it, and the top comment on the last song here on Genius is, I love how X made the album feel like an adventure rather than a bunch of sounds thrown together. In my opinion, this does just sound like a bunch of sounds thrown together. I don't really see the cohesiveness here. I didn't really feel like I was going through an adventure. I felt like this was, you know, maybe 4, 5, 6 songs that were cut from 17 put on here, with some of X's older styles. Right now, I can't see myself giving this more than a 5 out of 10. that may change in the future. It might completely change by the time I do it in my review and I've had more time to sit on it and think about it. But like I said, this channel is just for my first reactions. And my first reaction is that this isn't very good. X still uses the same vocal styles that we've heard from him before. He uses the exact same kind of mumbled singing, the slightly mumbled but high-pitched version of that singing. There aren't too many flows that are different from what we've heard before, and the song structure is exactly the same. It's all these really short tracks that are, you know, they could be hook, verse, hook, hook, verse, pre-hook, hook, pre-hook, hook, bridge, hook. X is a unique artist, okay? There's not many people that make that try to make this type of music, but he hasn't done it well on this album in my opinion, which is a shame because like I said, I was really looking forward to liking this. I wanted to like it. I loved Sad when I first heard it, and I was like, okay, maybe X is going to bring something that I like on this, but I could only really see myself listening to maybe Moonlight, Sad, Infinity 888, Dollars, Money, whatever that song was called, Changes, and Hope. There's about, and before I close my eyes, there's about 7 tracks out of an 18-track album that I got from this. But that's going to be it for my first reaction. I don't really know how this went at all, because like I said, it's my first one, so just let me know what I could do to improve in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of this album. Do you think it was better than I do? Because I'm not a huge fan of everything that I heard on this. Kinda disheartening, because I did want to like this album, but that's all I've got to say on it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you do want to see my full review of this album after I've sat on it for a while, go subscribe to my other channel, CDTV Productions, and I'll hopefully see you guys all in the next one. This is CDTV, the G from SCOTLEND, signing out. See you guys later.